Hello students, as you know that in the live sessions we are discussing about chapter number 17, economic problems and challenges, that poverty and unemployment. In that we are discussing about the poverty alleviation program. In that we have discussed 7 topics. Now we come to the 8th number, and that is Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. Now what is there inside this Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana? First of all, according to this plan, the government is trying to stop the migration of the villagers towards the city areas. Okay, for getting the high and handsome salary, for better life or smart life, or you can say healthier life also, or you can say get huge or luxurious lifestyles. So to stop this migration from towards the city areas, the government is trying from this yojana that make the villages self-reliant. It means that improving the facilities like education, health. Apart from this, they were also discussing about employment facilities in the villages only, so they should stop to migrate the city areas. So this is the little information about Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. From the words only we can understand that Adarsh Gram, understood, it means ideal village. Okay, next one is that Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, that is called Manrega. In short, it is called Manrega. Mind that student, it also asks for separately 2 marks question that what is Manrega, describe its objectives also. So what are the objectives of the Manrega? So first of all we can say that Manrega programs give us the employment opportunities to the villages with the one slogan. You must have to remember the slogan that our village, our work along with the reasonable price. It means our village, our work at the reasonable price. Objective of Manrega is that to give the livelihood to the families for you can say adult living in the rural areas of state. You cannot do the physical labor, okay, through the unskilled but are willing to work. Actually they are not a skilled worker, but they are willing to work to get the on something. For this only this program was launched. Now according to this program, for this purpose, in a year, it means 1 year, the government has fixed the wage rate according to its pays daily wages. It means 7 hours per day, at least 7 hours per day you should get the wages, and up to the 100 days, at least 100 days in a year, the family should be get the employment opportunities. And if the government should not have any work, so instead of work the government should give them allowance, that is called unemployment allowance given to that. Now which kind of work should be allotted to this particular people? So generally sweeping the canals, or you can say dig out the ponds or wells, understood, then construction of roads, construction of dams, check dams. So this all government work should be carried out through this program. So this is the little information about Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, that is called Manrega. Now number 10 is Mission Mangalam Yojana. According to this program, the government is trying to make the united women of the families living below the poverty line. According to this plan, they have made the Sakhi Mandal. Look at the word one more time there. Sakhi Mandal or self-helping groups. Here the girls are given the skill-based training. Which skill-based training? For example, they get the employment opportunities themselves or household industries. So for that, governments are giving themselves a training. For example, which kind of trainings? At least this examples are not given in the textbook. For example, mehndi course, beauty parlor course. So at least they get the self-employment opportunities. So this kind of training should be given to the families, or you can say women. Okay, those who are living in the rural areas. So this is the information about Mission Mangalam Yojana. Now afterwards that Dantopad Thegdi Vyas Sahay Yojana. Now Dantopad Thegdi Vyas Sahay Yojana in the sense, here the artisans or most important is that handicrafts. Those who are making the things from their hand, they should be given. Those who are working at in the cottage industry, they should get the loan at the low rate of interest. That is called Dattopad Thegdi Vyas Sahay Yojana. Okay, only 2 line information should be given in the textbook. Now next one is that Jyoti Gram Udyog Vikas Yojana. Now what is Jyoti Gram Udyog Vikas Yojana? From the words only we can understand. Jyoti, one more time the word is came Jyoti, that is Gram Udyog. It means the one kind of employment opportunity should be started into the villages. Now here, according to this plan, self-employment opportunities should be given or unemployed in the rural areas to get the income, set up their industries. okay, to set up their industries or small industries or factories, okay, they should be given the loan at the low rate of interest. One more time, according to that, government has started the program that is called Startup India. Look at the name of the program of this Startup in India that is started in our country. Here the government provides the training, free electricity, land and economic help to the unemployed youth who are interested to setting up the industries. It means those who are interested to earn something by setting up the industries, so governments are giving help to them, so they should not migrate towards the city areas or to the abroad countries, so they should self-reliant. So according to this plans, governments are making to youth self-reliant. Last is that Bajpai Bankable Yojana. According to these programs, urban and rural unemployed of age group of 18 to 65, look at the age group 18 to 65, we are educated till the 4th standard and given the training, so that maybe get set up the industry or on the traditional car. Then they are also given the finance of the fixed amount, finance at the fixed amount. One more time, that will be a loan by the government at the low rate of interest to start up their industries. So students, here we have completed the entire topic of that poverty alleviation program. Now we will start the next topic, that is unemployment, types of unemployment and effects of unemployment. Okay. Now next topic is that unemployment and types of unemployment. So dear students, first of all we can say that it is the current problems of India. Why? Because poverty and unemployment, these are the challenges of our country, and it is one kind of crucial problems of our country. First of all, we can find that maximum number of unemployment in our country, India. So what is the unemployment? First of all, we need to understand meaning of unemployment. So mind well the definition of unemployment. One who is adult in the sense the age group between 15 to 60. Why 15 to 60? Because below the 15, that is called child. Understood? And child should be considered as a dependent. Okay. After the 60, the person is called senior citizen. Then also it is called dependent. So that group should not be included in the unemployment. Whether woman also is not included, or handicapped people are also not a part of this ratio. So first of all, we just see the definition of unemployment. One who is adult, whose age is 15 to 60 years, who is ready to work, look at that, ready to work at the prevalent market rate of wages, has energy and qualification to work, who is in search of work but is not getting the work, such a person is said to be unemployed. Look at that, who is ready to work at the prevalent rate of the market, even they find the work and they didn't get, that person should be considered as an unemployed person. And you know that in our country there is a large number of ratios of the unemployed people. Now generally these are the types of unemployment, and these are 3 marks or 4 marks question that is asked in the board examination. Describe the types of unemployment, but generally students are writing only the name of this. You must have tried something inside what is seasonal unemployment. How can we understand the seasonal unemployment? So you must have to explain each and every point of it. So first of all, seasonal unemployment. So first of all, seasonal unemployment means what? The student, we can say that the unemployment, the person will get employment opportunities for the particular season only. For example, here we take the example of farmer. For example, farmer is earning the money only through the 6 to 8 months of the year. Remaining 4 months or 6 months, he is considered as an unemployed person, because due to irregular rainfall, irrigation facilities, power supply, transportation facilities, understood, they should be remain unemployed up to after 6 or 8 months. So this is the information about the seasonal unemployment. Second one is that frictional unemployment. For example, when new technology is introduced in place of old technology, laborers remain unemployed for some time. This is called frictional unemployment. For example, in any industries, a new machineries or modern machineries came, and the person those who are working on the old machineries, now they must have to learn the new technology, new machineries. To up to the certain time, they should be remain unemployed. That is called frictional unemployment. That is why in Gujarati it is called Garsad-janya Berozgari. Understood? Now it may be a short of time or a huge time, or you can say longer time of period also may be happen. Next one is that structural unemployment. Structural unemployment means what? in Indian economy, the backward and orthodox, social backward, here we can say that backwardness, traditional orthodox customs, illiteracy, these all are make that a structural facilities, and due to that only the people should be unemployed. For example, here we take one example of customs and illiteracy. Due to our hard and rituals, rules and regulations, due to our traditions, illiteracy, the persons remain backward or unemployed. That is called structural unemployment. Next one is that disguised unemployment. Now here students, I will explain it with the example. Disguise means what? Understood? For example, there is a one farm, and if the 10 persons are working in the farm and the production will be of 15 or 5000 kg, understood? But if I remove that 3 persons, it means now only 7 persons are working, but the production may be same, only 5000 per kg, understood? So these 3 persons are called disguised unemployment. It means if we don't keep that persons into that category and there isn't any difference in the production, that is called disguised unemployment. And the next one is that industrial unemployment. In the industrial field of anyone has to remain unemployed for a short period of time, or you can say even if a few laborers are removed from the work, understood? Even in the industrial sector, such a situation is called industrial unemployment. It means due to change in technology, due to location change, due to some other changes, understood? So industry should be closed down, so that person should be remain unemployed. For example, if Alicon Industries, it is in Anand, Vidyanagar, suppose due to some reasons, okay, it is closed. Now the employers, those who are working in Alicon, understood, in Vidyanagar, they should be remain unemployed. It may be happen they should be remain unemployed for a short period of time, understood? It may be happen that they should be remain unemployed for longer period of time or lifetime also. So this is the part of industrial unemployment. Next one is educated unemployment. It means the person who has completed his secondary education and finding the work, but then also is not able to find the work, that is called educated unemployment. So students, this is the information about the types of unemployment that we have discussed. Now we will move towards the next point. Now students, you just see that we have discussed the types of unemployment. Now we just talk about the proportion of unemployment. That is also 3 marks questions. Okay, what are the percentage of unemployment in our country? Which area is having the more proportion of unemployment? Which area has the less percentage of unemployment ratio? This all we discuss in this point. First of all, we just see that the difference of unemployment is region to region is also different, or state to state is also different. For example, here we will talk about that in comparison of rural areas, okay, the urban areas will be having less number of unemployed people. Why? Because due to that, you know, that migration of the people from the villages to the city areas. Now according to the census counting of 2011, look at that, I will mention over here so you can understand well. Okay, now 2011, 116 million people were in search of employment. It means you just imagine that in 2011, 116 million were in search of the employment. 32 million people were uneducated and unemployed. Out of that, 32 million people were uneducated, they were finding the job. Next one is that 84 million were educated unemployed. 84. They are educated unemployed. Here they are uneducated and they are finding, you can say, unemployed. So this is the ratio of our country. It means nearly approximately we can say 4.70 crore people of 15 to 24 age group were unemployed. 4.70 crore people between the age group of 15 to 24 of age, they are unemployed. Next one is that according to the Survey of Labour Bureau 2013 and 14, the rate of unemployment of India was observed to be 5.4%, and in Gujarat per 1000 people, you just mind well that it is the top of our state, so you must have to remember of that. Gujarat has per 1000 people 5.4%, and in Gujarat per 1000 people 12 persons, it means 1.2. 12% in the sense 1.2%, understood, out of 1000 people that were unemployed. This is the we have talked about the certain states only. Now in India, the more unemployment has witnessed in the states like Sikkim, Kerala, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jammu Kashmir, and Tripura. Why the ratio of unemployment in these states? So the main thing is that these all states will be on the border of our country. Most probably I am talking about. Okay, for example, Sikkim. Sikkim is located to the near to the Nepal border. Okay, Uttar Pradesh, it is also near to the Nepal border. West Bengal, it is also near to the Bay of Bengal. So these are the reasons. Okay, why? Because they didn't get the facilities or more number of industries. That is why the number of unemployment ratio is more in that areas. Next point is that main reasons for the responsible for the increasing unemployment in our country, that is population. Day by day the population is increasing, and due to that the job crisis is increasing in our country. The person should not get the job if they are educated or uneducated. Second thing is that lack of practical knowledge. We all are facing the problem of lack of you can say practical knowledge. Generally what happen in our country, we will be having the theoretical knowledge. It means we will having the knowledge of book, but what is there apart from the book? We didn't know about that. Okay, we are not using the technology or machineries. That is why we are facing the problem of this, and we are getting a huge unemployment ratio. Next one is that lack of technical knowledge or skill. Okay, failure in the providing complete employment. Okay, our government is also failed to give them employment opportunities. Another thing is that irregularity in rainfall, agriculture area, and more risk losing in a tourism. Okay, for it means that we are not taking the risk. For example, if I want to start a new job or new industry, okay, so I thought that it's a one kind of risk. If it is failed, then due to that only I should not establish the industries, and I will be remain unemployed. Okay, so these are the reasons that we are not taking the risk also. Apart from this, that improper irrigation facilities, lack of alternative employment. It means, for example, if I am working somewhere and if I lose that job, understood, I do not have the knowledge of other occupations, so should I have to get the other job? Most probably no. Understood. So it must that you should know about different skills or knowledge. So you should be get, if you lost one job, you should be easily get another job also. Next one is that household industries and small scale industries. Caste system, it is the most important thing. Caste system in India, the most probably the peoples are facing the problem of caste system. It means that we are belonging from that caste, so that work should not be do. Understood. For example, if the person belonging to the upper caste, they should not allocate to the lower work. Understood. So this kind of mentality should be there in our country. Next one is that lack of courage to set up the new business, even though the family business or traditional business. Generally, that is the most important problem of our state, Gujarat. Okay, for example, grandfathers will be having the finance office, or you can say in Gujarat it is called PD. Understood. His son is also having the finance office. His son is also having the finance office. It means that there is a chain of employment. Understood. We are not go beyond the chain. Understood. The if which make a change in that employment opportunities. Understood. You should get the more benefit. For example, okay, if a grandfather will be having the finance, his son is also having the finance. Okay. Another next generation is also having the finance. So you just see that all people will be get together in the one business only. But if the grandson will get the education, and if he become a doctor, understood. So how the families become get employment opportunities? You just see that, understood. Others are also become having a good relations with other people. So relations are also increasing. They should get the other extra income. So you must have to live this traditional occupation. Traditional occupation must be lived. So these are the some of the proportions and reasons of unemployment. Now we go to the next point, that is the efforts to reduce the unemployment. Efforts to reduce the unemployment. That is the next topic. Now students, our next topic is that efforts to reduce unemployment. It means our government is trying to reduce the unemployment ratio in our country. So total 9 points, or you can say 9 paragraphs are there in this topic. So what should we do? Okay, we do one thing, that each point or in each para, beside of that para, you just write down the logo, or you can say write down some keywords so you can understood about that things. So first one is that first point is that by aiming a high goal, economic development of 10% per year, which is acceptable to all, increasing capital investment and opportunities of employment, new fields should be open for fast and balanced economic development along with the development in agriculture sector, small and household industries, cottage industries, etc. In order to increase the employment, government has started giving economic help, education, open training centers through the different schemes. It means here you must have to remember the word new opportunities, or you can say new employment opportunities. Only one word you must have to remember. Apart from the agriculture, other small, large or household industries should be established. So at least a person should get the employment opportunities. Apart from this, a government should give them education, training of particular skills, and there should be a self-reliant. That is the first point. Now next one is that second point. In second point, government should lay stress on the development of units using the labor-intensive methods for production of consumer goods, small and cottage industries, gramodyog, handloom and handicraft skill. For it, encourage the policy should be implemented in the scheme. So here the government should lay a stress on a unit using the labors. So you must have to remember the word labors. Why labors? For the consumer goods. It means those who are working in the you can say small and cottage industry or gramodyog or handloom or handicraft, they should get the skill. Understood? And if they should get the skill, so person should be purchased from that persons only. So they should get at least employment opportunities. So here we just focus on the one word, that is labor. Now third one is that more number of people may be employed in a rural area by the less investment by developing a new method as the rural level in which more than one crop may be taken from the field in order to remove the unemployment during the time when the farmers are not engaged in the agriculture to bring the new land under cultivations, arranging the water and electricity for every field, small and big irrigation schemes, check dams, ponds, canals, tube wells, activities for construction of roads. Okay, so these things they are saying that in city areas through the less investment a person is getting the employment opportunity, but in rural areas what happened, due to the capital investments, or you can say rather than agriculture, they should not have any other skill. So what happens, they are facing the problem of unemployment. So here apart from the agriculture, the farmer should get the other land to cultivate, even though they should get the work of cleaning of the ponds, digging of the ponds, well, construction of roads. It means they should get the work into the village, so they should be get employment opportunities. So apart from agriculture, so here we must have to remember the word agriculture. It is the most important words that you must have to remember for the entire para. Okay. Apart from this, planning or policy, fisheries, cattle rearing, dairy industry programs of afforestation, this all should be get the employment oriented. This all work should be employment oriented. They should get employment opportunities increasing in the villages. If the employment opportunities is increasing in villages, so automatically they should get the employment and they should not migrate toward the city areas. Now number 4 is that in order to sustain the human development in rural area, health, education, pure drinking water, nutrition, food, electricity, roads, banking, insurance, internet, improvement in communications and entertainment. So these water harvesting activities, construction of permanent public property, these all activities should be done or undertaken. The quality of life of the rural people as well as the result oriented improvement has been main objective. So here which word you need to remember? Facilities. Why I write the word facilities? Because in city areas what we get? Facilities only. For example, education, transport, banking, understood, health, this all medical, this all facilities should be getting into the city area. So the people should get the employment opportunities. So there is the lack of these facilities in villages. So that is why villagers are facing the problem. But if we give them qualitative lifestyle or living standard into the village area, they should not migrate and they should get the employment opportunities in their village only. So here I write the word facilities. So you must have to remember the entire para through this one word. Okay. Next one or next point is that fifth number is that in order to increase or decrease the educated unemployment and unemployment along the youth, skill around or skills should be developed and employment should be provided as per the qualification. It means as per the qualification the employment opportunity should be given. Generally what happens in our country, okay, the persons will be having the high and handsome degree, okay, or qualification, for example having the degree of BHMS, MD, MS, MBBS, and then also they are working as a one simplest clinic. Understood? That is the problem. According to the qualification, the person should get the employment opportunities. Apart from this, the such type of business oriented technical education policy should be adopted. Through this, that should be included in curriculum of the school only. The children should learn the at least one kind of skill so they get self-reliant. Understood? For example, here such examples are given in our textbook also. It means income generated. Here I write the word skill. It means if we teach one kind of skill to any person, so they should be self-reliant. They should get the employment opportunity themselves. Understood? They are not dependable to anybody. Number 6. That is number 6. Now number 6 is that Labour Ministry of Indian government and state government has implemented ambitious programs like Make in India. You just remember better these two words, Make in India and Startup India. These all two words are mentioned over here. So that is why the government has established a more IIT or MIT colleges. Understood? IIT or IIM colleges in our country. It means that the students should get at least technical knowledge. And that is why the higher institution like IIT and IIM was established in our countries. The technical colleges and universities were established by right here technical. You words remember IIT, IIM. So these are the institutions was established in our country. So at least students should get the technical knowledge and they should get employment opportunities. Now number 7. Number 7 is too huge. So shall I write 2 or 3 words also maybe? Government has opened the new areas of employment to plan the manpower. Look at the word manpower. Apart from this, the opportunities should get the computer technology, information technology, pharmaceutical business management, packing and processing, outsourcing, marketing, okay, catering, event management, office management, hotel management. So this kind of certificate courses should be established so that those who are not interested in education, so they should at least get the one kind of skill knowledge, understood, and they should get into that particular field and they should get employment opportunities. For example, if the person should not be having or interested into the education, understood, but he is having an interest in the hotel or restaurant. So after the school or completing the higher secondaries, understood, higher secondary education, he should must participate into the hotel management course, understood, and through that he get the opportunity to earn the money from the hotel or restaurants. So that kind of thing should be established in our country. That is the number 7. So according to that, many coordinations has become possible because of cooperations between the local industries and training institutions. This all things should be happen. Okay. Number 8. 7 I have not written the any words. It depend on the particular courses. You write about the courses only. Okay. Next one, it is necessary that new business industry should be set up for the industrial growth and generating new employment opportunities. Investment is essential along with the development of skill. So here what happened? The government are providing the financial help those who want to establish the new industries or new units. So I write here financial help. Financial help. It means governments are providing a help to those persons, those who are working in the particular field and those who want to establish a new industries or new units. So if they were established a new units, ultimately other people should get the employment opportunities. For example, if I want to establish a new industry, so should I have to run this industry alone only myself? I require the laborers, I require the employers, I require the technicians, I require the mechanics. Okay, those are working in the particular machines. So this employment opportunity should be created. So governments are giving the help to that particular persons. And the next one is that is employment exchange center. Employment exchange center. Now here students, what happens? We can see that if you are uneducated, okay, and you are youth and you are working for you are want to work somewhere, so you must have to register your name in the employment exchange centers. Now what is the work of employment exchange centers? You know that, for example, it's an employment exchange centers and you are here, you are unemployed, understood, and here the industries is there, those who want persons to work over there. So they should contact these employment exchange centers and they should report to you, okay, and you should get the opportunity to work over there. So this is the work of employment exchange centers. Apart from this, the magazines like Rozgar Karkidi, okay, it is also established. Okay, so students should get at least the advertisement and they should fill the form of employment opportunities. So these two institutions are working, Rozgar Karkidi or you can say these employment exchange centers. Apart from this, our toll-free number is also given over here. So through that also we can get the knowledge where we have the job vacancies. Okay, so you must have to register your name into the employment exchange centers. Understood? So it will help to you to get the job. So this is the entire information about the efforts to reduce the unemployment. Okay, our government is trying to reduce the unemployment ratio in our country. Understood? And for that only we know that, okay, day by day the unemployment is going to increase instead of decrease. Why? Because the population is increasing. So students, here the information about the efforts by the government to reduce the unemployment. Total 9 points are there. You must have to remember this all 9 words. Now we move towards the last topic of the lesson, that is World Labour Market, WLM. Now students, our next topic is World Labour Market. First of all, when you hear the word labor, you get the idea that there is a person who is working or having you can say low category of work. No student. Labor in the sense any kind of work. For example, if doctor is working, that is also called labor. If teacher is working, that is also called labor. So World Labour Market, what is there? Okay, so when change of labors is there among the nations of the world, it is called World Labour Market. Change of labors, it means from any person is going from India to Australia for work, that is called World Labour Market. Understood? From India to Australia, not only, any country, abroad countries, or any persons came to our country, that is called World Labour Market. Labor should be exchanged through the countries. Okay, when laborers migrate from one country to another country for employment, for business, for training or higher education, it is called the movement of labor at international level. Not only for earning, I am talking about business also, training also, education also, smart and luxurious lifestyle also. If they should migrate from one country to another country, that is called World Labour Market in short. Next one is that without or walk out of brain power of the educational knowledge, higher technical knowledge and skill development in search of more income, more facility, better job is the brain drain or migration at the international level. Here one more word is that brain drain. Brain drain. So what happened here? The person who will be having the high-end hands-on educations or degree, okay, if they should not get the platform to do the work, so what they should do? For the better income, for the better you can say lifestyle or smart lifestyle, luxury lifestyle, they should migrate from one country to another country. That is called the brain drain. Why? Because they completed their education, secondary educations, higher secondary educations, or higher studies also they have completed over here, and now it is a time to earn the money, they should migrate to the other countries. Next one is that because of increasing the social status, recently the country-wise mobility of labor become popular in a noteworthy manner. As a result of migration to other countries or due to the permanent settlements of intelligent and talented people who have spent lot of money on them, facing a great flow of personalities having the talent and intelligence, technical knowledge and of scientific attitude. It means right now what happens, there is a one kind of you can say of fashion we can say. Okay, generally what happens, the youth of the country should migrate to the other countries. Fine, for the social status, for the personality. Okay, they should migrate to the permanently settle into the abroad countries. Okay, and it is the problem, you know that, because now it is the time to give the our country something extra or extraordinary, but at that time only you just migrate to the other countries, and that is the called the problem of brain drain. Brain drain in the sense that intelligent and talented people should migrate to the other countries. For example, I am talking about if any person who is having the great interest into the science, understood, he has completed his higher secondary or higher educations in our country, understood, and he has a good approach to the scientific approach, understood. Now it's intelligent and talented person should migrate to the other countries. Now what happened? It is the time of our country to earn something. At that time he moved towards the abroad countries. So that is called the brain drain. Intelligent and talented people should, or you can say one kind of butter or milk, okay, milk or cream kind of students or persons who migrate to the other countries. Now, as a result of globalization and liberalization, a new situation
has started arising in our economy. In the present time, demand for people having the knowledge, a skill in information technology, communication technology, biotechnology, computer or medical has increased. Nowadays what happened, the demand of person those who are having the skill knowledge. Right now you know that there is a, in Canada there is a high demand of skilled person. For example, plumber, electrician, okay, welder. They are called the skilled persons that charging $100 okay per hour. Okay, for example, why they are charging? Because they will be having the skill. And right now there is a one kind of demand of the skilled persons only, biotechnical or you can say technology, computer, etc. Many countries are appointing such a people who have a special qualification. Okay, many countries know that they hire the people those who have the special qualifications and skill is trained expert laborers and experts. They adopted the attractive tactic and practices with the high perks. It means the companies those will be having the special knowledge, the special qualification. They were given the high and handsome salaries. For example, I am talking about the Ranjan Madhugulle. He was only the persons in our country having the gold medals in 3 categories. Okay, CA, IS and something more is there. Okay, his salary is 8 crore rupees per year. Understood? You just see that the package which he get. Understood? So this is called one kind of special pack should be given to the particular persons. Industrial firms send their employees to foreign tours or countries to obtain the required qualifications, knowledge and skills so that they may service the competition. It means some companies or some industries what they are doing, that they are sending their employers to the foreign tour. Why? Because for the better knowledge, skill knowledge, technical knowledge, and if they research over there, they should get more benefit in this competition or better competition world. This is a part of international migration. This is a part of international migration. It should be happen. Now, like country receives the foreign exchange as a part of income due to migration of people to foreign countries for job because of the flow of foreign monies to our country. In this way, problem of foreign exchange is solved to certain extent. It means if the person is migrating from India to other countries, understood, but at least our country should get the foreign exchange. Okay, so up to certain level that problem will be solved. So this is the entire question of 3 marks, that one labor market. Now student, here we have completed the entire chapter number 17, that is economic problems and challenges, poverty and unemployment. Now you just do one thing, that complete the entire notes in your regular notebook which is given before the SA1 examination. Understood? And today I sent the one assignment that you should write in your notebook. Now in our regular class, on Monday onwards in our regular class or in live class, we'll start the new chapter, that is chapter number 5. Thank you students.